What it is, guys, it's your old boy Pilk, and we are mere hours away from the next World Tournament. You know what that means. It's time to do a World Tournament team building video, okay? Y'all know this is coming. It comes before every tournament, and we got to talk about it because there's a few... Well, let's just say every tournament is somebody's first tournament. It's a fact of life. Plus, there might be some misconceptions about how to score points and how to get up at the point scale and all that stuff. So, I'm probably not going to change my team. My team from last time is pretty stellar with one exception. So, when I go in here and I choose a tournament, I always pick the best leader I can to lead the best AoE team that I can. By AoE, of course, I mean area of effect, or attack all as they call it in this game. So, area of effect is really, really, really important in the World Tournament because remember, you're up against 7 foes, 3 at a time, and the faster you can take them all out, the absolute better. So, that's why in these tournaments, always has been and always will be, the MVP is LR Broly. He just is. At 12 key, this dude does a crazy, crazy, crazy amount of damage. And it's so easy to get a super attack off with good links. It's just ridiculous. So, I'll show you my team here. Now, I tend to start off with the Super Saiyan Broly, the one from the new movie. Now, Tech Broly is out, but Tech Broly, I will tell you right off the bat, is not a good choice for any one of these teams. Because remember, he's a single attack unit, and I don't think his leader skill is going to be very good for the World Tournament. I could be wrong on that, but I'm going to say right now, if you have this dude, this is the leader you want on your team. Almost 100%. There are a few exceptions. You could build a pure Saiyans team. Both he, and I'll go back here, both of those Brolys, or even the Tech Broly for that matter, both of these two guys work well together. They activate each other's link skills almost perfectly, if not completely perfectly, and they're both pure Saiyans. The pure Saiyans lead is a really good lead. That the Evolution Blue Vegeta is fantastic, and he's actually a really good World Tournament unit because he gets 3 attacks off. Now, usually they're not super attacks. Usually they're single attacks. He doesn't link very well with these guys, so there are a few problems there. But when you're in the lower levels, Evolution Blue Vegeta is going to make a fantastic unit. Basically anything up to, like, I'd say above 20 times, he kind of becomes unviable, or at least not that reliable in the later levels. But in prelims, maybe up to 30 times he might be viable, but past that, I don't know if I'd really trust him. That said, getting those 3 attacks off is really, really, really good. He's a fantastic choice for a leader. But you want to have a leader that either leads your best AoE team, or that leads the team that you can get to score the most points. Now remember, one thing I do love about this team, LRs do score the absolute most points. Because I'm sure you're looking at my team going, okay, everything there makes sense except what the hell is LR Gohan doing here? Well, he's an LR. He's works on, for the leader. He's got a good amount of HP. He's got a great HP boost, and he's an LR. That HP boost is the number one thing I'm looking for in this slot. So I'll explain my team a little bit. So I've got, obviously, him as the leader. He's full power and movie bosses. Of course, he's full power and movie bosses. So this guy is just immediately going to get the best boosts in history. I believe he's full power, I want to say. I mean, he's not a movie boss, but I want to say he's full power. Yeah, full power unit. So, Good Boo here. If you're not familiar with this unit, basically he's an AoE nuker. It's crazy. The amount of damage he does is despicable. So for me, he always winds up in my teams. Okay? And kind of like I was telling you with Evolution Blue Vegeta, Metal Cooler really fits that bill well. Okay? This dude links fantastically. He's got big bad bosses. He's got Fear and Faith. He's got Nightmare. He's got a lot of the links that are going to link with some of these other units. And this dude gets off 3 attacks. Look, it says right there. Raises attack and defense by 90%. The more HP remaining, the greater the stat boost. You're always going to go into your fight with almost perfect health. You shouldn't get hit at all in these fights. If you do, you're kind of messing up. High chance to launch up to 2 additional attacks, each of which has a chance to become a super attack. They generally don't. They usually stay singular attacks, but that's okay. Because like I said, singular attacks with that 90% attack boost and any of these link skills you would have linked is going to be just fine. Anything up to, I'd say, level 20 or, like I said, prelims, any higher than that, he's going to do fine. Now, he's not going to be your front runner past that. He's going to be a unit that you just basically have on there. But if worse comes to worse, you can make him work and do his job. It's not the end of the world. Now, basically the way you want to work this is if you do have him and you've got no one else, let's say I've got him, him, and him on the team, he's going to be my primary. Now, it's rare that happens, but it does and can and will happen. So what I want to do is I want to put him probably first, depending upon who's attacking. Unless the first attacker puts him to severe type disadvantage, say the first attacker is an int, then I'd probably throw Turles up there, or I'd drop an item. Now, any other case aside from that, what I'm going to have this dude do is attack first and get a super attack. That way, he's going to be wiping out that enemy, and then basically from there, I've got those extra attacks just as backup. They'll probably take a couple dudes out, or they'll at least damage them to the point that the next person in line can do something. Unless he's at severe type disadvantage, he shouldn't really be all that bad off. You see he's got a crazy amount of health. 21,000 health is nothing to sneeze at. This dude is awesome. Okay? I'm going to skip over Gohan, and I'm going to go straight down here to the dude who should need no introduction, the original movie boss's leader, Turles. Turles is a fantastic unit for these teams. He's got the best link skills. All allies, key +3, attack and defense 40%. I'm sorry, attack 40%. Yeah, attack 40%, no defense. Superclass enemies attack -15%. You're probably going to come up against more extreme types, but if he's on your side and there's a superclass enemy, you got nothing to worry about. Dude is going to be absolutely killer. Killer! Unless he gets his transformation. Then you're going to hate life a little bit. But if he doesn't get his transformation and he's chilling on your team, you're going to love it. This dude is absolutely a fantastic support for this team. He hits pretty well by himself. He's wonderful. All over the place, just perfect, wonderful, and I have no complaints about this guy whatsoever. Okay? So, as you can see, I've kind of put my team together. So I've got hitter, 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 somewhat support, excellent support, and kind of a dead space. Now, I'll explain why I picked Gohan, and it was a bit of a mistake, okay? When I initially picked Gohan for this team, I went over here and I went by, I went by rarity, okay? Because, like I explained before, LRs tend to get better boosts. Now, Super Saiyan 3 Goku is a downright awful choice. He really is not good. The reason I say that is because LR Super Saiyan 3 Goku doesn't hit worth a damn because he doesn't link up. He never gets ki from these guys. And if he does get ki, you're not going to get his U Super off. You're only getting his 12 ki off. And the 12 ki is wimpy, wimpy, wimpy. This guy is more of a hindrance on your team than anything else. Now, at the time, I did not have Bojack Dokkan Awakened. Bojack would be a pretty decent choice, but I'm going to tell you this way I'm going to look at this here. The way I'm going to look at this here, because you also notice that I have these guys that I did not have last time either, and they're full power team. What I'm going to do is I'm going to actually go by HP. I rarely do this, but this is how I'm going to make the decision on this one this time. I need an LR with the most HP to sit in that slot. And remember I told you, this dude he's a casualty in the making. He's going to be a mistake. So that does mean that Bojack is going to be my choice this time and going forward. Now, I forget what his passive is. Let's take a look here. Attack and defense 80% plus an additional attack boost up to 70%. The more HP remaining, the greater the attack boost. And additional defense boost by up to 70%. The less HP remaining, the greater the defense boost. So, This guy could be a bit of a problem. Could be a bit of a problem if I let him get hit. Now, I will go back in here and I'll explain my decision. No, I wanted to go back in here and select you. There we go. So, you'll notice that full power freeze up here, the EZA, he's a way better choice. He's got better links. This dude tanks pretty decently. Key +3, defense 30% is the first attacker to turn. No reason why you wouldn't want to use this guy, except he's technically still a TUR. I don't think EZA is getting an extra boost. He's technically still a TUR. He is a bit of how can I word this? He's going to be a bit of a hindrance when it comes to the point system. Now, mine has a lot of double attack. He's actually pretty good. He's a great fit for the team. But I'm going to go with my LR this time. Now, I know a lot of people out there are just looking at this going, you are a fool. Not everybody has these LRs. That's fine. If you do not, there's other options. Okay? Actually, to be real, if I am real with you, this guy's completely free to play. He is easy to come by because he's just a generic pull unit. He's not even an LR. This dude's been around forever. Hopefully you have him. He is kind of the tournament MVP. There are other units you could use. If I was going pure Saiyans, I could actually throw the free-to-play Raditz on here. I did that for a very long time. Free-to-play Raditz on a full power team will do very, very, very well up to 20 times. But that said, I'm going after 30 times. Now, I will also say this. If you do not have the ability to make a team this crazy and OP, that is quite all right. You want to start thinking about who you have on your team and what leaders you have that you could run. Like I said, that free-to-play Int Raditz is a wonderful, fantastic unit for the tournament. Let's go down here and I'll show you the, more or less, the full power team that I would otherwise be running. I'm sorry, not full power team, pure Saiyans. Okay, here's pure Saiyans. Okay. So if I was to be running this team, probably what I'd do is I would start off with the Evolution Blue Vegeta leader. Okay, he'd be a fantastic leader for this team. And then I would immediately go down here and I'd start picking up my AoEs. Majin Vegeta's not a great choice, but he is solid. You just have to be a little cautious and make sure you get off his 12 key, his U Super. Because his 12 key is the strongest hit, but his U Super is the attack all. Okay, free to play Raditz. Where did he go? He's gotta be down here. There he is. Free to play Raditz is a stellar unit for this team. He's not gonna hit amazing or anything like that, but for a free to play AoE card, you cannot beat him. He's wonderful, absolutely wonderful. As you can see on this team, you have actually quite a few very, very, very good choices. I would even throw him on a team because he's going to link up well, and he's going to be a great attack booster. Good for points. I don't know really if he's going to be that great, but he does give a lot of benefits to your superclass allies. So, a bit of a gamble. Not probably my first choice. But, you know, a solid choice nonetheless. Who else is on here? There's quite a few people on here. Obviously, the Turles is over here as well. Sorry, not Mass Saiyan. Where's AGL Turles? He should be here. Ah, here he is. He's a good support unit. He would be on there as well. You just have to go through here and make some wise choices. This guy I want to talk about. This is a dude that I think is extremely underrated and well overdue for an EZA. This unit is the Tech Majin Vegeta. A lot of people dog on, but I will tell you, when I have this guy Rainbow Star, and he's easy to Rainbow Star. He's a general pool unit. You could actually pull him from the ticket banner. This guy will hold his own in the lower levels. So in the event that you've got to throw together like a free-to-play team or a team with, you know, that LRs or just whatever you've got, there is absolutely no shame in running 15, 20 times. I will say this again. There is no shame in running lower levels. You will make, and I have seen this, you will make more points by continually winning lower levels, like level 20, level 15, than you will someone who wins 3 and loses 1, or wins 3, loses 2, in 30 times. I've seen so many people that go into 30 times and they just yummy down on it, and it beats them up and beats them up and beats them up, and they can't get that win streak up. If you cannot get that win streak up, there is no harm in going to a lower level that you know you can beat. Get the streak, get those streaks, get all the rewards, and get out of the tournament at that point. I mean, or get the streaks, get the rewards, and go for the best thing you can. Because there's absolutely no reason why you can't come out of this with really good rewards. And just, just with a free-to-play team. I mean, I've seen plenty of free-to-play teams that actually hold their own quite well. So that is kind of my little pep talk to you. If you don't have stellar teams, you've got free-to-play Raditz. He's easy enough to acquire, and he should be. I don't think he's running currently, but you should be able to get him through the keys if not. This guy's easy to acquire. You can get him through the tickets. Most people probably pull him all the time and just gripe about it. Easy enough to come by. Evolution Blue Vegeta, I know he's not free-to-play, but War is the other one. But he's a great leader for these teams because he is Pure Saiyan's lead and he does 3 attacks. So these are how you want to start preparing your teams. You really want to look at who's going to do the most damage first and foremost. Who is going to lead that team absolutely the best? Who's going to get me points in that team that I've chosen to run with those AoEs or those multi-attack units? And finally, if all else fails, if you've got nothing else, who do I have the most double attack in? Let's, like I've got Kale over here. I think I've got a decent number of double attack in her. Yeah, so I've got like level 8 double attack and level 15 crit. So she has a pretty decent chance of double attacking. Not as much as some others, but pretty decent. Kefla, the physical Kefla, she's not on this team because she's not a Pure Saiyan, but she's a great choice. And I will also preface this by saying, let me go ahead and pull up Patara. Patara is a great, I call it almost my turtle team. And I'll tell you why I call it that. If you have your Super Vegetos, this guy or the AGL, remember, they'll take everything that's not a super attack, tank the crap out of it, retaliate, and spit it back at him. These guys are great for the World Tournament. You will do just fine in the World Tournament with a Patara team. Absolutely no problems whatsoever because you're getting off tons and tons and tons of attacks. You just need to make sure you put them in the right place to receive the attacks and make sure they're not getting supered. If you want to make sure these guys are not getting supered, you could actually throw, and he's a free-to-play card on here. Let's go to Strength and Extreme. I'm going to change back to super attack level. This guy. Strength Jace. This guy is absolutely indisposable when it comes to detecting super attacks. The little scouter unit, the little scouter item that you can run with and you can use. This guy is out for free. Like, when he's on turn, he'll tell you where the super attack is if there is one. Great unit for the World Tournament. I just can't fit him on my teams. Otherwise, I totally would. But my teams are just so stockpiled with everything else, I just don't have a place for him. And like I said, that last placeholder in my team is all about, it's really just about getting points. The other thing I want to talk about, and I don't typically use these guys, but I've got to talk about it here. World Tournament Jacko. That's not the World Tournament Jacko. Where's the World Tournament Jacko? Where did he go? I've got him right here somewhere. I saved him from last time. Come on, Jacko. Where you at? There's Chaozu. We'll talk about Chaozu. So Chaozu and the other Jacko, the one that has the multiple blasts coming off of him, these guys are turtle units in, and when I say turtle, I mean like completely defensive. You're basically just nullifying all attacks for to give yourself some time. You see your passive skill says may stun all enemies. He actually stuns them completely. Like every turn. First turn, every turn, he will stun. Not every turn. You phrase this correctly. First time he comes up in any fight, he is guaranteed to stun all of the enemies. So in other words, you see this guy in first rotation, you go into a fight, bam, everybody is stunned. Everybody is absolutely stunned. You can't beat that. That is just... World Tournament levels are broken. But as you can see, I don't run them on my teams because I find in my teams at this stage of the game, they do more to stall my progress than hinder my enemies. Okay? And I wish I had the other Jacko. I don't know why I put them all in this Jacko, but the other Jacko... This one says with a chance to stun all enemies. I believe it's the other one, the one that has all the blasts coming off of him. The tech one, I believe he is. I have to go back through here now. Let's go by character and see if maybe I just haven't seen him. Or I upgraded him for some reason. Where is he? 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 See some of my spare units that have been sandbagging for a while. An LR that I haven't fed into SA. Oof. Slightly embarrassing. Where in the Hades is that unit? Where, oh where did my little Jacko go? If I could remember what team he was on. So maybe, I must have fed him into SA at some point. Because there's the other Jacko up there. Oof. So the problem is I just don't use them, so it's not that important to me. But, see, here's two of the Chaozus. Yeah, I must have fed him into SA on accident. That's not I just don't use him. But, just know that other Jacko, I think he's an int. But I'm sorry, a tech. I don't recall specifically, but he's the one that kind of has multiple blasts coming off of him. Just, you can look up World Tournament Jacko, and it's the one there. May stun all enemies is actually a lie. He's guaranteed to stun them all each and every time. That said, I just am not a fan of that technique. I think it just stalls way too much. It hinders my game more than helps. So just be aware of that. That is going to be the video though, guys. So that gives you a lot to work with. Let me know what you think in the comments section down below. Follow my Birdman. Hit me up a Booker. I'll be back at you with more Dokkan Battle here in just a little bit. And OBS is in a mood.